Alright, today we're going over how I edited together a few scenes for Rainbow Six Siege Fails episode 40. I'm going to talk about why I chose the music I chose, what I was thinking while editing it, why I chose to cut the way the video I did, or whatever else comes to mind. I'll explain what I'm doing, but this is more of a behind the scenes video rather than a tutorial. Real quick before we jump on in, my name is Noobinabox. My upload schedule on my own channel is whenever I can. My focus is quality over quantity, and I just experiment with whatever effects that I feel like experimenting with. I've edited for Red Arcade for a little over a year now, initially on PUBG, rest in peace, Games Gone Wrong, and recently with Rainbow Six Siege Fails. Now, let's dive straight into it, starting with one of my favorite edits, the sync edit. I don't know if it has a more official name, but the sync edit is all about making sounds or actions when the scene happen on beat with the music. After I found the song I like to use, I chop up the footage where I want the beats to land. This can be gunfire shots, reload animations, or whatever. I initially didn't do a great job of lining up the frames on this, so I had to fix that here. Also note that I locked the music layer so I don't accidentally chop up the music as well while I'm doing this. Now, before I start moving the footage around, I move every other sound down a layer because I'm going to be adjusting the speed of the footage it plays at, and then, using the rate stretch tool in Premiere, I drag the selection to the start of this next beat in the music. I like to overlap the sounds rather than modify the speed that they play back when possible. If the same sound is playing, I'll even drag the sound from another sections of the video so that there's no sudden cutout to be heard. Once everything is lined up, I need to end the song where I need to end it. Most songs have a looping theme to them with new sounds mixed in for variations, so you can smoothly cut to the end of the song with a bit of help from a fade-in. And here's that clip on the completed timeline after I added some pops to the text at the top. And syncing up to the beat doesn't even need to just apply to the sync edit. It also applies to jump cuts, action, sounds, whatever. Here's an example. The next clip I want to go over is Elton's clip. Here's the complete version of it. So first, I put a multi-band compressor over the Now You Die sound. I used the walkie-talkie preset in order to make it sound like it was coming over from the bomber. Once I have it sounding right, I started copying and pasting it whenever Elton popped around the corner. I initially planned on having this gag go on for a bit longer, but I thought it'd be more annoying than entertaining. So I cut out the later ones. My original plan was to play calm, classical music in the background, but I really like the jump scare of the Jaws themed music. Now that I've made the viewer feel completely safe, it was time to get to the punchline of the clip. Before that though, I added an exponential fade effect on the audio. I didn't like the explosion sound at the start of the audio clip, so I wanted to try getting rid of it a bit. Then I copied and pasted that on the other sounds. I actually had some difficulty with this clip. I wasn't really happy with the quick jump of music, so I tried seeing how the clip felt without the music. Didn't quite like it, but I went back to that later. I wanted to add one more "Now You Die" before the final one. A little too soon, moved it over. Also moved the last "Now You Die" just before the beeping sound. And now to see if the second to last one feels right. good. I tried to substitute it with some kind of action techno music. Thought it might be a nice contrast to the ridiculous situation. But I couldn't quite make it feel right, so I trashed the idea. I didn't quite like how long the gag went on for, so I cut it down even more. Back to the Jaws music, I didn't like how suddenly it ended, so I extended it for a bit longer. Now everything feeling like it's in the proper place, I repeated the explosion in slow motion to emphasize it. I initially tried to add some sad, dramatic music near the end, but the movement of the music was too short to really use it. And after a while of trying to cram it in and make it work, I trashed the idea as well. So, instead I ended up spending some time in our sound library and pulled a scream that I liked. After a bit of fiddling, I found the timing that felt right. And then took the rest of the sounds to make it sound like it was going back in real time. This is currently being played back at ×6 speed. I like to drag the text around with my mouse and then do any small movements to get it back into place with the arrow keys. Then, of course, a quality check. After several minutes of motion tracking the text of the bomber's head, I also wanted to animate the scream at the bottom of the screen. I like to make it shake randomly from the side, left to right, up and down, then copy-paste the frames. Then, of course, one last quality check. And here is the completed clip on the final timeline. Alright guys, this is more of a side series we might plan on doing from time to time. And yes, as Just Slap pointed out, Shady13, Infinel, Apex, Domino Music, yes, you all wonderful people pointed out that I typed what not do, I can't even say it, it's that dumb. What not do to, which isn't even Yoda speak, it's just dumb, so... Whoops. We quality check every single video, but that just completely flew by both me and the boss man. Thank you for watching. You guys are all awesome. Take care of yourselves and have a nice day.